Yo, what's going on, guys? In today's report, allegedly from Fred Katz of The Athletic, nobody values Julius Randle as much as the Knicks. Basically, the Knicks aren't going to be trading Julius Randle anytime soon because nobody else values him as much, as the Knicks value him, and B, basically the Knicks know that they're not going to get the return on their investment, so why trade him? So Knicks fans, whether you love or you hate him, Julius Randle is here to stay. I want to hear your thoughts down below in the comment section. What do you guys think of that news? Do you think that's dumb? Do you like that? I think to me, okay, it's interesting as it puts you in this position where a guy like Julius Randle, who I think is a guy who's now been, twice all third NBA team, which good for him. Good for him. Good that Julius Randle has become there. But let me read the report from Fred Katz and we'll talk to it. So the Knicks went on a playoff run last season deep without Julius Randle, which has led to some consideration about how important he is or how he fits into the long-term plans. The Knicks and Randle are reportedly not rushing extension talks, but a trade is ultimately unlikely as he enters what could be his walk year with a player option in 2025. The Knicks are believed to have a higher perspective on his value than any other team in the entire NBA. Fred Katz says he doesn't believe there is a team in the NBA that would value the three-time All-Star more than the New York Knicks do. Neutral is at best a source that told Fred Katz of The Athletic of Julius Randle's perceived trade value. But it's basically he's a salary filler in a deal. But if he was a guy that was traded hypothetically for an all-star or for an all-NBA player, who would be a guy that maybe the Knicks would want? Maybe they package like Mitchell Robinson and Julius Randle for, again, this isn't real, Joel Embiid and like 5 first-round picks. It's not like this is possible. That the Sixers would be fine with that because Julius Randle is like neutral, if that makes sense. It's not like he's a negative asset. So basically, this isn't really surprising. Obviously, we have to see how well Julius Randle recovers from shoulder surgery before his trade value can be truly gauged. Even then, he still tends to kind of be underrated. And it's strange how a 3-time All-Star, 2-time All-NBA, third-team All-NBA is just, perceived as a neutral value. And the best case scenario is the Knicks re-sign him, and then down the road, when he starts to get older, they get off the books of him. Get him off the books. And other teams don't value him as much, and the team won't get someone better in a trade centered around him. So, and some people I know are going to say he's a kind of a ball hog who might be overpaid, and that his great statistical fit was good until they became the Villanova Knicks. And there's a reason that I don't know, I don't think you need to trade him for 60 cents on the dollar, because I don't think that will make New York better. I think you re-sign him, keep him for a 2-year window, then trade him maybe on 60 cents on the dollar to get off the cap, to have cap flexibility. He's 45% from the field, just under 34% from 3, 77% from the free throw stripe over the past 5 seasons, about 6 3-pointers a game. And look, he had one bad season with the Knicks in 22. He shot 41% from the field, 31% from 3. Yeah, his assist to turnover ratio is 1.5 to 1. But I think he's a guy that, he's a decent defender who's able to guard multiple positions. I think he's, decently rated, and he can put up numbers in a Tibbs team that features him properly. I just don't think he's a net positive to other teams like he is for the Knicks. And I don't think he's a tweener. I think he's the perfect power forward for today, and we saw what he could do in New Orleans. And I think the hate he gets isn't really fair. He's a gifted offensive player at his size who's a good one-on-one guy. He's gritty. He's grinding. I think he's a good leader for this team, even with his flaws. I think he adds to the team, and I think a lot of people who are Knicks fans knows that he adds to his team. And this guy with Mikal Bridges now, it seems like he's going to help the Knicks be a team that's harder to beat. And I don't think he's a selfish stat playing first. I think this is he does get a lot of hate. I don't think it's properly there. But you guys know, just as everybody else, I like to do the trade machine. So let's go over here and let's talk about trades that, if you're a Knicks fan, would you do any of these trades? Because we gotta think, if they were to move on from him, what would it take? What would you guys think? So I got over here on my other monitor, potential screen, drink water, like and subscribe. What a Julius Randle deal could look. My assumption is they'd extend him at this point, right? Modify contract. Oh, you can't extend it. Okay, who cares? Who cares? No, you don't trade players within a conference. So we're gonna. I mean, the only team that within the conference that I would think would trade that has a player that they would want is Kyle Kuzma on the Wizards, right? So we'll do that one first. That's the. I don't think the Pistons have anybody they want, nor do the Hornets, nor do the Raptors, nor do the Hawks. The Bulls don't have anybody, so I'm really thinking it's Kyle Kuzma because he fits perfect on the Villanova Knicks. So you go there, Julius Randle. This is pretty straight up. Is there anybody else that like piques their interest? I don't think there is. Yeah, there's nobody on this team that like goes, oh, the Knicks will want him. Unless they want Rashawn Holmes or Marvin Bagley, who are both overpaid. That's not happening. Yeah. So then the Knicks would be like, okay. They would probably be like, hey, Washington, you want your pick back? There you go. We'll give you control of your pick there. And then they have Detroit's protected right there. And then I think the only pick that they give up. I think they'll swap that pick and give them maybe a top 10 protected pick right there. Would this be too much, or would you think, yeah, I think this is a realistic trade. Knicks give up Julius Randle. They save $5.5 million in salary. They get themselves the Wizards get their pick back, which they want. That means they can tank this season and just move forward, which the more I think about this deal is actually realistic, because if the Wizards truly want to be in the running for Cooper Flag, they would say, yeah, we'll give you Kyle Kuzma to take back our pick. Give us Detroit's pick, which is protected 1 through 13. Then swap the 2026 pick of the Knicks. And the Knicks then give them their 2030 pick, top 10. I would say they would love this deal. This is actually a deal to watch out for. I don't know. Maybe the pick compensation might be different. But let's go to a West Coast team. I don't think he fits with Utah. The Grizzlies kind of interests me. Because he kind of, if you believe Jaren Jackson Jr. is the center, Julius Randle next to Jaren Jackson Jr., Desmond Bane, Marcus Smart, this would be an odd deal, but it interests me. Could they do it? Could they do this deal? I don't know if the money would allow it. Oh, yeah, they would be able to do this. I think maybe picks would have to be involved. Tom Thibodeau would love to bring back his guy, Derrick Rose. John Conchar is another Tibbs type guy. Brandon Clark gives him a 6-man in the front court. He also replaces, or because then you can go wing heavy, or you can put Brandon Clark in the front. This isn't terrible. Then Grizzlies get Julius Randle. I actually kind of like that for both teams. That's actually one that, like, you sit here and you're like, okay, that's actually not terrible. Now, I just don't see the Warriors. The Kings are the last ones that I think who could get desperate and be like, you want Kevin Huerter and Trey Lyles, and we'll take on Julius Randle. This is the only other one. Obviously, the Kings would give up maybe a pick or two. That's what it just seems like. This would be like the only other deal that for this. Not bad, right? Julius Randle, DeMar DeRozan, Domantas Sabonis, De'Aaron Fox would be absurd. I don't know if it would be good or bad, but yeah.